6 to 8 inches, I think. And that puts that V grip right up at the top of that plate.
It puts the V grip. Oh, so the V grip, you're able to put that in front of the plates.
Yeah, it's not in front. It's still behind.
I mean, I'm sorry, the chain is in front.
The chain's behind.
Oh, the chain's behind.
Chain is behind, resting on it's around the barbell, but it's about 6 to 8 inches of chain length in between the barbell and where the V grip connect to each other.
Because the problem that I would run into is I put the V grip right at as far as I can, right before the attachment where you put the Olympic plates on goes.
Yep.
And but after number one, the weights get in the way, so I think that's where it would be pretty sweet to have a little chain, so that way the weight's not punching me in the face, because I got to throw in lots of 25s to keep. But the other problem I run into is all the weight in the front literally wants to kick up the back of the
rear
bar.
End.
Yeah, the rear end, exactly. And
yeah.
I've looked back behind me, and after a set I've done, it's 5 inches off the ground, and luckily it didn't go any higher than that. But how do you solve that problem?
Well, we actually have the perfect little setup at my gym where there's an actual 6-inch pit in the ground.
Okay, so it's really it's held in, it's not going anywhere.
Setup, but I know exactly the problem that you ran into. And then the only way around it, I think, is maybe having a partner spot the back side of that bar. But yeah, we have the perfect little setup at the gym where I can just butt it right back up into that pit and it won't move on me.
Oh, that's
exactly
perfect.
What you're talking
that's
about.
Perfect. They make an accessory, and unfortunately the gym I work at, it doesn't have it. It looks like a baseball diamond, and it's got a sleeve on it that rotates freely, and you literally slip your Olympic bar right into the sleeve of it, and that plate, it's just solid metal. It's not moving, and you can.
I think those are a pretty handy tool to have.
I agree. Cool. So, but I'm saying, where you attach the chain to the bar, it's not on the plate sleeve. It's on the part of the bar that you would grip with your hand.
It's not on the knurling. It's actually on the plate sleeve. So
okay.
The plates won't actually slide all the way down
to
the bottom of the sleeve.
Because the chain's in the way.
The chain will be pinched.
Got it.
Between the plate and the bottom of the sleeve.
I gotta imagine though, even that makes a big difference. Even just because there's about two inches or so of before you can get that thing on the sleeve, and I'm sure just getting 2 inches up closer to the end of the bar can make such a difference too.
I think that does play a big role in the back end not kicking up.
Okay, very cool. I'm going to see if I can find a chain, man, because I want to do the same thing. So bent over V-bar barbell rows. So what's your reps and sets look like for that?
I really like the 3 sets of 20. And then I'll come behind that with 1 set of 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 real heavy sets of 10.
Nice. So that's 7 sets just on that exercise. And then what's next?
And then I'll usually go over to some kind of vertical pull. So I'll probably go to a pull down machine or a pull up, a nice wide grip. And I'll work the 10 to 12 rep range there, 3 to 5 sets. And then behind that, I'll come back to a horizontal row where either I'm doing a wide grip barbell or I'll come behind it with a seated wide grip cable row.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll work 3 to 5 sets, anywhere from the 12 to 15 rep range there.
A little higher reps. Do your forearms get tired at this point?
Forearms are fatigued in my back workouts, but they're fairly conditioned with all my lifting. So no, I can't say they're real overly fatigued where I can't hang on to stuff, because I've conditioned them enough to where they are pretty strong, but they definitely got a solid pump going.
Do you do any extra work for your forearms, or have you had to do extra work for your forearms in the past?
Well, for the longest time, I did deadlift, with no straps, so that's mega forearm recruitment there. But I will do a little bit of auxiliary forearm work on its own, sometimes either forearm roller or a little bit of just big dumbbell holds.
Got it. And then after the horizontal rows?
Probably come behind it and do some kind of either neutral vertical pull, or what I like to call a hybrid pull on a machine, where I actually take a 45-degree angle and pull from that. So I haven't really seen anyone else do this, so I might be revealing a secret of mine here, but I'll actually sit 45 degrees on a machine we have that's a single arm. I do a single arm pull down on it at a 45-degree angle. So it's kind of a different angle that I don't get in my neutral or my wide grip pull. And I'll do my hybrid pull down there. I'll do 15 reps there. Or I'll incorporate in, like I said, a neutral pull up where I'm doing 10 to 15 reps there.
And 3 to 5 sets?
Yep.
I know both Star Trek and Free Motion have machines where it literally sets you up so that you're pulling down at a 45-degree angle.
Okay.
It's really sweet, and you're pulling that off on your own by just moving your body.
Offer that, but I just turn at an angle and hit it that way.
No, dude, that's perfect. That's perfect, and it doesn't have to cost the gym an extra $6,000 for the piece of equipment, so it's perfect.
That's right.
Awesome. So you hit I love that angle when they call them high pulls. That's awesome. Or high pulleys. Sorry, high pulleys is literally it's the name of the machines. And so then after that?
Then after that, I'm wrapping it up pretty much. Either I'll go into a face pull over in the cables, where I'll take the ropes and hook up to the cables, and I'll do some face pulls, or I'll do a pull over, either with cable or dumbbell.
What's a face pull?
Face pull, so standing or seated, both good, and then just pretty much what it sounds like, pulling the cable, pulling the ropes right back towards your ears. And you want it eye level, or maybe a little above eye level, the starting position of your cable, and then you're pulling it right back to where you get a really good contraction right between those traps and upper scapula in that area.
Hold on. So you said eye level, so that means that the pulley is as high as your eyes.
Yeah, high as your eyes.
So that means that
above that.
So the cable is parallel to the floor when you're pulling.
Correct.
Okay, so you're going to start with your arms straight, and you've got a rope attachment, and with both arms you're pulling until you're
rowing.
Fists.
I would call it a rowing motion, pulling back towards your ears.
Okay. So it kind of resembles, if I have this right, what I'm imagining, something that kind of resembles like a rear delt row, elbows out to the sides.
It is, but the elbows don't get quite as far out in the movement as a rear delt.
Got it. Okay.
It definitely touches on those rear delts, though, that face pull. But a lot around those shoulder blades. Really develops those shoulder blades nicely, right around there.
Awesome. Now, are you doing any biceps work on this day?
Yeah, so then I'll bring in the biceps.
So after the face pull, so let me ask you, how many sets and reps would you do, either the face pull or the pullover?
That I'll keep on the higher rep side, 3 sets of 20.
20, so got it. And then with your pullover, are you doing like a machine pullover, or are you doing like dumbbell pullover back on the bench?
Yeah, I either do a cable pullover, either with the ropes or a wide grip with a bar on the cables, or I'll go over and do a dumbbell pullover. I mix them up.
When you do them with like the rope or on a cable, are you standing up or are you in the same position
Standing.
as you would? Oh, okay, so like you're extending your shoulders, bringing the bar towards your lap.
Yep.
With your arms straight. Okay, got it. Okay, sweet. So you do all that, then you do biceps?
Then it's bicep time.
It's a big workout day. So what's the first thing what would be the first thing you would like to do?
I usually tend to do a hammer curl, some sort of hammer curl, whether it be over in the dumbbells, the cables, I'll use the rope attachment, or whether it may be over in the preacher machine. We have a good preacher machine at the gym that I like to do hammer curls on there.
Mm-hmm.
Single arm or double arm, and I'll keep the reps around 10 to 15 reps.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing in biceps, I like to keep the tempo pretty high, so I'll probably be right back at that 30 to 60 second rest, 60 seconds at most on the bicep. Just kind of my philosophy on the smaller muscle groups, kind of bang, 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 keep them going, get that blood pumping in there. The bigger muscle groups, like we talked about on the squats, I'll take a little bit more time. But when we get into the biceps, I'll keep that tempo up pretty fast.
Okay, and it's 3 to 5 sets too?
Yeah, 3 to 5 sets, 10 to 15 reps.
And then what's after that?
And then I'll come into some sort of supinated bicep where I got my palms up, supinated, either again, dumbbell, cable, or over on that preacher machine. There's the supinated option on there. Single arm or double arm.
Mm-hmm. And then 3 to 5 sets?
Yep. I don't ever like to do more than 10 sets of biceps or triceps total. So if I get 3, 4, 5 sets of hammer in, and then I get 3, 4, 5 sets of supinated in, I'm up there in that 6 to 10 total working exercises of biceps or triceps. And so I think that is enough for me.
And then you do 10 to 15 reps?
Yep, 10 to 15 reps.
Okay, cool. So then that completes that workout. All right, fantastic. So that's 3 down. We got 2 more to go. So your shoulder, chest, and tricep day.
Shoulder, chest, tricep day. So on this day, I'm going to put emphasis mostly on the chest, but I'll brush a little bit of shoulders in there and then finish with triceps. So chest day, I'll typically start out either with an incline bench press, incline dumbbell bench press, or a floor press.
Mm-hmm.
And I will work anywhere from the 8 to 12 rep range, 3 to 5 sets on those.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So when I start with that, if I start with floor press, I'll come behind with a incline Smith press. And a lot of times I'll band that one. I like to use bands. So I'll put some bands on the Smith machine and do 3 to 5 sets of banded Smith machine incline press, 10 to 12 reps on those.
What do you use to hold your bands down?
I just wrap the band, the incline, the Smith machine that we have has knobs on it that work perfect for the bands.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, so I that's why a lot of times we'll use the bands on that machine specifically.
Awesome.
And then
your
I
reps
like
and
to come behind
what's your
that.
sets and reps for that one?
Usually we'll do stick to the 3 to 5 sets, and do 10 to 12 reps.
10 to 12. All right, cool. Okay, and then what do you like to do after that?
And then I'll come behind that with a seated neutral machine press.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll usually superset that with a tricep pushdown.
Oh, wow.
So those two I really like those two together. That seated neutral press supersetted with the tricep pushdown. Really good and really build on each other nice. Set number 1, you know it's there. Set number 2, you're feeling it. And set number 3 should really have them torched. I like that neutral press. It gives that nice square rectangular look through that tricep bicep area.
Look, when I'd imagine when you're doing the neutral grip, your elbows are kind of close to your sides when you're doing that, are they?
Absolutely. Very important point there to have those elbows tucked in fairly tight on that neutral grip.
And are you doing 3 to 5 sets?
3 sets of 20 on those 2 supersets.
Oh my God! Wow. So you're busting out 40 total reps for each superset.
Yep. That should have a good burn going by the end of those.
Wow. Got it. Okay, so that must complete your chest.
Yep. And then I'm going into my triceps. Then I'll usually touch on some shoulders.
Oh yeah. So incline. So your shoulders are already pretty darn good and warmed up, right? I mean, you hit incline. You got 2 incline exercises.
They're feeling it immediately in my first shoulder workout because there's already a lot going on there.
Yeah. Do you ever do any flats or incline? Or I'm sorry, flats or declines?
I do
besides the
incorporate
neutral?
a little bit of flat and decline in, but not a lot. But I will incorporate it in.
Cool. Okay, so shoulder. What does your shoulder part of the workout look like?
We'll a lot of times go to a machine that really mimics a jammer almost, kind of an old football machine.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I think that jammer machine is. But I use it's all it is a shoulder press machine. But
Is it a hammer strength machine?
I don't think it is. It's not a hammer strength. It might be a Cybex.
Cybex. So you're standing. You've got this massive freaking lever that you're pushing forward, like shoving in an upward direction.
Correct. And so instead of sitting down in it like you're supposed to, I'll take and turn the opposite way and press it. And I kind of call it a front delt press. There's quite a bit of emphasis on the front delts in the motion, but it's in between, a straight up shoulder press and then like kind of an incline bench press. Somewhere in between that, it's a good angle on those shoulders. So I'll hit that. I'll hit that sometimes with a chest fly machine.
Oh wow! So you'll superset that?
Superset those two.
Okay, cool. And what's your rep set look like?
So I usually do 3 sets of 15 on those two.
Got it. What's after that?
Then I'll go into some lateral raises to get those side delts pumped up good. And I'll do 3 to 5 sets, anywhere from that 10 to 15 rep range on those.
Nice. And with dumbbells?
Dumbbells or machine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then after that?
Then I'm into some triceps, and I usually go over and do some cable triceps. I like the ropes. The ropes are good on those, and I'll do heavy sets at 10s on those until I find a heavy 10. And I'll like to do 3 to 5 working sets at 10 on the rope.
Awesome. Then after that?
I'll probably include a little bit of bench dips where you just sit on a bench there, and I'll do 3 sets of 20 there, and I'll be good after that.
So finish it off. So that's your shoulder, chest, tricep workout.
Yep.
So then the only thing you got left is your shoulder, the emphasis on the shoulder, and tricep workout.
Yeah, so the shoulder workout, I'll just on its own, I'll usually start with a big shoulder press, either barbell or dumbbell, and I'll do reps from 10 to 12 there, 3 to 5 sets of either the barbell or the dumbbell. And then I will come behind that with probably an upright row or a lateral raise, either, again, dumbbell or machine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll work 3 to 5 sets, 10 to 15 reps on those.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Once you begin your working set, are you continuing to add more weight, or at that point are you stuck pretty much on the same weight?
I'll continue to add more weight if I got it in me. But if I've thrown on the weight where I don't feel comfortable bumping the weight up anymore, I'll be done there. But I kind of play it by, if I got a little bit more in the tank, then I'll throw a little bit more on there.
But pretty much right out the gate, once you get into your working sets, you're trying to go as heavy as you can?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you go to muscular failure?
I'm real close to it if I'm not there.
Got it. And what comes after your upright rows or lateral raises?
So then I'll probably do some sort of rear delt movement where I like dumbbells for those, or a wide grip rear delt row.
Mm-hmm. What do you do for with dumbbells?
So I'll take and what I'll do is I'll sit down on a bench, and then I'll kind of lean over into my knees almost, so I'm bent over, and then I'll do dumbbell rear delt raises there.
Got it. And do you go right out to the sides a little bit, or do you go a little bit behind you?
Right out to the sides. I try to keep them as out to the sides as possible. Tricky little muscle group to hit those rear delts. So
do you
some people struggle with that a little bit.
Do you do a palms facing the floor grip, or do you do a palms facing behind you grip?
Palms face behind me.
So your thumbs would be pointing down towards the floor when you go out to the sides?
Yes.
Cool.
Right.
And what's your reps and sets look like for that?
I'll pump a few more reps into those little rear delts. I'll try to do 3 sets of 20 on those.
Nice. Okay, then after that?
Then after that, I'll probably do some shrugs, either dumbbell or barbell, and I'll keep those a little higher rep too. I'll do 3 to 5 sets of 15 on those.
How much weight are you pulling on your barbells?
You know, sometimes I'll throw some pretty substantial good weight on there, but I've just become more and more about form and control and feeling the weight. So I'll probably have anywhere from 225 to 315 on there. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little froggy, I'll put on 405, but I just don't find it necessary to put on that much weight on those, as more so just control the movement. So around 315 to 225 to 315.
And after that?
After that, I'll probably go into a tricep or bicep movement, maybe a little combination of both. But after that, the shoulders are pretty good. maybe some front delts. I maybe missed front delts in there. Would maybe do some front delt raises.
Okay, good. So little front raises, and would that be more like a finisher? So like your 3 sets of 20?
Yeah, 3 sets of 15 to 20. I do kind of like doing those over on the cables too. As awkward as a movement as it is when that cable comes between your legs there, and you have a bar attachment on the cable, that is really good on the front delts.
So you're facing away from the pulley, back is up against
Facing away from the pulley, back towards the cable.
Yep.
And then you actually have the bar and the cable comes through
Straight
your legs
up.
there.
Yeah, cool. And then after that, you move into arms?
Yeah, then after that, I'll do some biceps and triceps usually, and kind of follow that same routine that I did on my chest and or back day for the biceps and triceps, where I incorporate in some either cable movements or dumbbell movements, both either hammer or supinated movements for bicep and or tricep, doing some push downs or some skull crushers. And I'll do 3 to 5 sets of each, anywhere from the 12 to 15, even up into the 20 rep range on that.
But you're trying to keep it between 6 and 10 total sets for each, right?
Yeah, I won't go over 10 sets on biceps or 10 sets on triceps.
Got it. And how many days a week do you do these workouts? So you mentioned your ab and cardio routine. That's 5 to 7 days a week. What about these?
Yeah, probably about five days a week, I would say. It does vary a little, but 5, 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So guess it depends on how you're feeling, huh?
Yep.
And you mentioned you're really focusing on form and control. Do you have a certain movement speed or tempo that you like to do or perform all of your reps at?
I don't have a certain tempo, but I definitely bring the tempo down from what a lot of guys I see in the gym doing, where it's just up, down, much slower than that. I'll control it, and the squeeze is at the top is where I'll really get a lot of the contraction in, and then again on the lower, on the descend, a lot of time spent there just really feeling those reps out.
God, that's brutal. It's hardcore, man. Have you always trained like this?
I haven't. Just more recently, I've gotten more. I've always been into good form and everything, but as I get older, I'm continuing to hone my form more and more. So I used to actually probably maybe lift heavier in some areas per se, but I don't think with even close to the form that I concentrate on now.
Have you noticed a change or a difference in the type of results that you've been getting since you focused more on form and less on weight?
Yeah, definitely the muscularity and the density really comes more with slowing it down in good form as opposed to the big weights.
Very good. Wow, man, this is pretty cool, Ryan. This is very. No, I mean, I'm looking at this. I'm impressed for a number of reasons. First of all, you're extremely conditioned. These are huge volume workouts. Big workouts. I'm like, the biggest one I'm looking at here is your shoulder, chest, and tricep day. I mean, that's got. I'm wondering how the hell do you even fit that into 90 minutes? It's crazy.
Yeah, and sometimes 90 minutes isn't enough, Tom. I gotta tell you, sometimes it stretches into 2 hours.
And on top of that, you did close to an hour of exercise already first thing in the morning.
Yeah. Mega amount of time devoted to working out and staying in shape.
You ever you ever find it hard to keep doing that day in and day out?
Oh, there's definitely times where maybe I don't want to do it, but I try to be that living image of health and fitness, and I know that if I'm going to tell my clients to do it, that I better do it myself.
You know, there's a lot of folks that they message me, they contact me saying that they really want to make a change in their life, but their number one biggest problem is staying motivated to keep doing the workouts and sticking with the nutrition and not screwing up day in and day out. What is your biggest piece of advice to help somebody stay motivated? You've worked with so many people.
I think one really important thing is to stay really goal-oriented and have goals set down in stone and have those to achieve, and succeeding in achieving those goals is a good motivator for people.
Very well said. So before we finish this up, Ryan, what's in your future? What do you have? Do you have more shows that you're going to be competing in, or tell us what's going on with you and what we should be looking out for?
Yeah, I think there is some shows coming up in the near future. I'm going to take a little time off right now after these last two shows and try to put on some substantial cruel-free vegan muscle onto my frame and get a little bit bigger yet, and hopefully compete again this coming season next year. I'll take a full year and maybe do a little powerlifting in between now and then and see if I can lift some heavy weights up.
Sweet. Well, I am really looking forward to seeing you at an even more heavy and stronger and more massive level, because you're already impressive as you are. So that's going to be pretty freaking jaw-dropping to see 200. I mean, where do you see yourself? How much do you see yourself competing at on stage? Like the 230s to 240s?
Yeah, this season I competed on stage at 231 and 227. So I'd like to get up to that 240 competition weight. So I'll probably try to get up to the 260, 265 weight in the off season here while I'm doing some powerlifting.
Wow, that is something that I can't wait to see. That is amazing. To be representing at 240 pounds. Do you know any other vegan bodybuilders? And there's guys like Patrick Baboumian, like that, but I'm talking bodybuilders. Do you know any vegan bodybuilders that are competing at your size and strength?
I don't know any of my size, but I do know a lot of other guys out there who are doing really good things. I know for one, Derek Tri-Size is one that he has phenomenal physique. I think Corey Sutton is another guy right now that's really blowing up. And there's a couple other guys out there right now that are doing really good things. So maybe not quite as big per se, but still doing big things with great physiques with a vegan diet.
Well, I gotta say, I've interviewed and I've also met and chatted with lots of our fellow vegan brothers that are competing out there, and you are the biggest that I personally know of. I don't know of anybody bigger than that. And that it finally what excited me, and this is why I asked to interview you, is because finally we've got a guy that is competing at the super heavyweight level that is able to do this on a vegan diet. So, I mean, you really, really, really represent the bodybuilding community right now, in my opinion, better than any athlete who's out there. Because here's why. This is particularly in the vegan bodybuilding space. When it comes to bodybuilding, people really spend their whole time waiting for the heavyweight and the super heavyweight division. That's what people came there for. They want to see the gigantic, biggest, baddest freaks of nature. And they've got the lighter divisions and things like that, but I know this from experience and going to a lot of bodybuilding shows, being in that. It's all about the biggest, the heavyweights. And we haven't really had a lot of people representing up there, and we certainly haven't had anybody represent at the super heavyweight level. So it makes me so proud to be speaking with a guy that's doing that, and who's kicking butt at it.
It's great to be representing the vegan community in the super heavyweight division, and I'm just very thankful for everyone who's helped me get to where I'm at today.
So I want to thank you hugely from the bottom of my heart on behalf of the entire vegan fitness community, on behalf of the Vegan Body Revolution show. Ryan, thank you so much for being so generous, telling us everything about your workout and your diet. You're a great guy, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to work with you. So let's not let them down. Please tell them how they can work with you. How do they get in touch with you?
Well, you can reach me on my website at www.alphafitnessmn.com, by email at alpha.fitness@aol.com, or by phone at 307-751-8567.
Perfect. So you got it right there, guys. You want to learn how to get really freaking big on a vegan diet? You got to contact Ryan Nelson. Right now, he stands as the largest vegan bodybuilder who's competing right now, and is the #1 personal trainer in the Minneapolis area, and he trains people online, remotely, internationally. He's got clients in Switzerland. So I recommend that if that's what you want to do to get bigger, you couldn't ask for a better expert. So, Ryan, thank you so much. It's been an absolute honor. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. You're just a great guy, an amazing role model for all of us. Thank you so much for all your gifts of generosity, telling us how you did it and how you keep doing it. Folks, if you enjoyed this series and you feel that it deserves 5 stars, please do us a huge favor, all of us, and give us a 5-star review on iTunes. 5 stars with a review. It helps the show and these episodes get ranked up much higher, so that way folks that are looking for a better way to transform their body, a cancer-free way, a cruelty-free way to transform their body and influence others and inspire others, it helps them find this show so that they can literally get all the tools they need to do that. So that would be huge if you could do that for me. And if you haven't already, speaking of muscles, download your free vegan muscle building guide. 30 pages of me showing you how I gained over 10 pounds of muscle in just 4 weeks using 4 different exercises and 3 meals a day. You can get that right away. Also, make sure that you join in on the conversation that's already happening on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/veganbodyrevolution. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. This is Thomas Tadlock, host of the Vegan Body Revolution show, and I will catch you on the next podcast.